Hey everybody, Chris Bond21 here, and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Episode 7. On the last episode, we finished off Wonderland. It was kind of a shorter episode. Again, apologize for that, but trust me, today's episode is going to be a full 15 minutes of fun. I can guarantee that right now. So we finished up Wonderland. We defeated the Trap Master. I keep forgetting how you say that guy's name. I really should put it up on screen, future Chris. Thank you. Hope I got it right. Anyway, we finished it off, and we tried to save Alice, but she was gone. We don't know where she is, so we're going to look for her in another world. Obviously, or most likely, we're probably not going to find her in another world, because that would be a little odd to see Alice chilling with another bunch of Disney characters, but we're heading off. We also got a Navi G gummy piece that might help us get to future worlds later on in the game, and we also sealed a keyhole of sorts, but we don't exactly know what that did yet. So we're heading off to the next world, and I'm sorry that we're on this crude pause screen right now, but we're actually on the gummy ship route to the next world, and we're about to encounter, but there's a bit of a cutscene here, so I didn't want to miss that, so I wanted to pause it right before we got there, and I believe it'll queue up once we get a little bit closer. And here we go. Hey Donald, maybe King Mickey's down there. In a backwater place like that? No way. Hey, let's move on. Donald, that's not nice. You shouldn't judge a world just by how it's put together. Hold on, Riku and Kairi might be down there. Let's just check it out. Forget it, we're on an important mission. Also, I don't know why it takes so long to load the boxes here. It's awkward. Just land. No. Come on. Ah, phooey. We're landing. And of course now he's probably fiddling with the controls and... No, don't touch that. No! And we're falling into the world. And now we didn't exactly see the name of this world on the screen like we did in Wonderland, but I'm sure some of you know where we are. I'm going to talk over this cutscene just because I know there's no voice text here.
My head.
And I'm proven wrong again.
Donald?
See, I don't know everything about this game.
Goofy?
So yeah, we start this world off, and we got ourselves a little bit of a fight. I think this is another fight you can technically lose, and you get an alternate cutscene. I've never lost it, though, and I don't really want to try that right now, so... Just gonna fight it like normal. So this guy, who I won't name right now because that's kind of a spoiler for where we are, he's a pain in the ass because he has a lot of like lunge attacks that really go at you, but if you kill him like this, he falls like 6 feet from you. Also get 15 points of experience there. Very nice.
Sabor. Danger.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What is this place?
This place.
Okay. Where did the others go? Look, I got separated from my friends. Have you seen them?
Hmm?
Friends.
Friends.
Right, my friends. There's 2 of them. The loud one is Don.
Huh?
Know what? Never mind. I'm looking for my friends Riku and Kairi.
Look for Riku. Friends.
Right.
Kairi. Friends.
Right.
Oh, friends. Here.
Really? Huh?
Friends. Here.
Not sure I understand, but show me. Take me to Riku and Kairi.
Tarzan. Tarzan. Go.
And I'm Sora. Tarzan go, Sora go.
And now we get the name of this world, Deep Jungle. So if it wasn't already very apparent, this is based off of Disney's Tarzan. I'll explain a little bit more in a bit because we've got another cutscene quickly queuing up here.
Gosh, where are we? I sure hope Sora's okay.
Who needs them? We can find the kid without them, huh?
Oh,
Looks like Donald and Goofy are in a little bit of trouble over there. So yeah, like I said, this is based off of Disney's Tarzan. Now this is a movie more closely related with my era of watching Disney movies, and Tarzan is one of my favorite Disney movies. I primarily like the fact that they incorporated like Phil Collins songs into the movie, and it wasn't really a musical like straight up the way a lot of Disney movies were in the 90s. It was near the tail end of the Disney Renaissance, which was like the whole 90s of every movie that was released that Disney did in the 90s. So that was the whole Disney Renaissance, and Tarzan was like the last thing to be considered the better Disney movie released at that time. So I really like it, and this level in Kingdom Hearts is actually pretty fun, but there's unfortunately a caveat with this, where this is the only game in the series that features Tarzan because of an unfortunate side issue. You see, Tarzan isn't really owned by Disney, at least not anymore. It used to be back when this game came out, like, because this game came out in 2003 and the movie was made in 99, so they still had the rights, and they did do other things with it, like make a TV show. And I believe there was Tarzan 2. That might have come out a little bit after that. I'll grab this chest under here. I don't think it's anything too important. Can't really remember. Mega Potion. That's pretty nice. And I'm going to head off and follow Tarzan as he jumped off the cliff here. There's a bunch of shortcuts in this world that I'm going to be explaining about right now. So yeah, there was the TV show, there was a prequel movie and whatnot, but this is the only game that features Tarzan because after all that stuff was done, and there's a chest up here that I'm going to quickly grab. After all that stuff had finished, Disney lost the rights to Tarzan, so they can't use it in any property. So they can't do any more movies, they can't do any more of games, and they can't even use it in things like Kingdom Hearts. So in the sequel to this game, Chain of Memories, which is, I won't go into too many details and spoil it, but there's a plot device in that game that requires you to go back to all of the worlds you went to in the first game. Deep Jungle's not in it because Disney lost the rights. It's kind of an unfortunate end, but to be honest, at the same point, I don't really know what they would have done in a sequel to this world, because there's not a whole lot of options on where to pick up from. I mean, there were villains in the TV show, but I don't necessarily know if they would have gone that way. Kind of weird and disappointing that they never got to follow up on it, but what are you going to do? So this is one of the shortcuts that you can do, the Jungle Slider. This is actually a mini game that you can play with fruit that you have to collect, but only after you beat the world. So you have to come back here when you're done, and you get access to the mini game, and I just took a branch to the face. This will lead us directly to where we need to go, the campgrounds. So this is a nice little shortcut. You can't actually do anything other than jump here, which, again, if you just jump over the branch, that's all you really do. It's short, but it's a nice little shortcut to get back to this area, the base camp. Now, before we go into the tent, which is what we're supposed to do, you'll see these little things if you explore, these little slides that are hovering around on things. So I'm going to collect this, and I believe that there are 6 of them. So there's 1, that's 2. I'm going to head over here, jump along the top of this canopy. I believe 3 is up here, 4 is below us. Yep, there's 4. And 2 more. 1 on top of the boxes. Also, there's a bit of an Easter egg on the right side here. I'm going to stop and show off in a second after I pick up the last slide. I think... was that it? I feel like there's 1 more. I feel like I'm missing one. Yep, I always miss this one because it blends into the dirt. Yeah, so there's slide 3. And really real quick before we go into the tent, I want to show off a little bit of an Easter egg. So here, if you've seen Disney's Tarzan, you'll know that there was an Easter egg involving the teapots from Beauty and the Beast, where that was actually in Tarzan as a bit of a wink wink nod Easter egg. And here it is in Kingdom Hearts. Now the funny thing is that the world of Beauty and the Beast is in Kingdom Hearts. It's not in this game, but the Beast is in this game, and we don't meet him until very much near the end of the game. So he exists, which means the Beauty and the Beast world is a thing, as we know from Kingdom Hearts 2. So how this exists here is kind of confusing, because technically, if that's Mrs. Potts, she exists in another world. So it's kind of a meta Easter egg that kind of makes you go a little crazy if you think too much on it. Sort of fun that they put that in there. So we're going to head into the tent, and this will continue from where we left off with where Donald and Goofy are now.
Jane,
Tarzan. Oh, and who's this?
Hi there. I'm...
Oh, you speak English. So then, obviously you're not related to Tarzan. Are you here to study the gorillas?
Highly doubtful.
Sora!
Goofy! Donald!
A circus of clowns. Not much use for hunting gorillas.
Mr. Clayton, we're studying them, not hunting them. This is research. Well, the more the merrier. Do make yourselves at home.
Well, anyway, I'm staying. Huh?
Sora, look what we found. Look at this.
What's that? A gummy block. It's the same stuff used to build our ship. So that means the king could be here. So we've got to work together to look for him. For now. Fine. I'll let you tag along. For now. So we got Protect G. Again, another gangster. So now you can change your party and put Tarzan in place of Donald and Goofy. Doesn't really matter right now. Later in the game, I'm going to mostly leave Donald because he's going to heal me when I die, at least before he dies. So that's kind of what I use that for. But I like to keep the Disney party member in just to spice things up a little bit. So there's a chest here that we're going to open up. I think it's a pointless gum. Yeah, mithril shard. It's just something for synthesis. Gonna step on the save point just to heal up. So like I mentioned in the last video with that gummy ship block, that's like a twin block. So I don't think this one is. I'll look at it real quick in the stock, but I don't think it is. So that's the one we caught in Wonderland. And actually, I don't know if I can look at this one. No, maybe it's in the gummy stock. Yeah, it's one of these. Protect G. Reduces damage. So the gummy block means that King Mickey could be here, but it's not a twin gummy. We'll get that a little later. I forget when we get that one exactly, but I think it's in this world. Anyway, we're going to talk to Jane here. Apparently, Tarzan was raised in the jungle by the gorillas. Communicating with him isn't easy, but he's learning. So he was speaking in gorilla back there. Ah, that's right. You're looking for your friends. He said Riku and Kairi are here, and one word I couldn't understand. Why don't we try this? We'll show Tarzan some slides, and if we see any of them that match that word. What happened to the slides? You mean the slides that I've already collected, Jane? Yeah, so this first one, this is always random how this works, but this is the one slide that will cause a cutscene to expand here. What's wrong, Sora? What? Nothing. This place, it looks so familiar. But how? I've never been off my island. So that's a reference to something way later in the game, and then the rest of them are all from Tarzan, the movie. If you remember the scene where they were showing him the slides, this is all exactly from the movie. The ship, the guys fencing, and that will fade us out.
Well, Tarzan?
Where are my friends, Riku and Kairi? Hey, I thought...
That leaves just one place. Young man, we've been in this jungle for some time now. But we have yet to encounter these friends of yours. I'd wager they're with the gorillas, but Tarzan refuses to take us to them.
Really, Mr. Clayton? Tarzan wouldn't hide...
Then take us there. Take us to the gorillas. Gorillas.
Tarzan, are you sure?
Tarzan, go see Kerchak.
Kerchak?
He must be the leader. Perfect. I'll go along as an escort. After all, the jungle is a dangerous place.
So yeah, even if you've never seen the Tarzan movie, you probably just see by that cutscene that Clayton is not exactly a nice dude. Clearly he's got some sinister motives. So if you noticed, we actually haven't run into any Heartless yet. I've just been fighting the cheetah. Well, granted, we've only been on 2 screens, but just Sabor here has just been popping up, and he gives you some experience. Again, I think he'll give me 15 points even if I beat him now, and it's not like a traditional boss. So, yep, 15. However, he shows up randomly, so trying to keep farming points off of him is next to impossible. Now, we're supposed to go see the gorillas, and there's actually a fun little tidbit I'll get to describe there. Another Trinity marker there. I believe this one is a Dalmatian, but I'm not 100% if I can remember. So we have to head to the Hippo's Lagoon. There's a couple of things that we can do here. So this is where you're supposed to go. You're supposed to climb up this vine and it'll trigger the next area once you get up to about the halfway point. But if we jump on the hippos, try saying that really fast in a funky accent, that'd be kind of funny. We're gonna head over here, and we can't, I think, get to the other chest, but we can open up this one. Mega potion. I think there's puppies on that one, which I'm gonna go hit right now. We can't do this one because I can't jump there yet. This hippo, I think, sinks. Yeah, so we'll be able to wait him out. Once he sinks down a little bit, Sora should be able to jump, and I can jump on here. It's a little hard to get over here because the jumping is kind of restricted at this point, but if you just do it long enough, you can land here. And I'm pretty sure this is puppies, if I remember correctly. Yes, that is puppies. Don't worry again, like I said in the last video when I opened up a chest with Dalmatians, I'll be editing it all in. So now there's this thing over here. So if you climb up this pole, you will instantly get to the next cutscene. However, if we go the way the game wanted us to go, which was climbing that vine, we're going to have a little bit of it, not really mini game, but it's something that we need to do to complete the journal, because it counts as a mini game, even though it's not a mini game in the slightest. So I'm going to show you that first. Don't worry, we're going to be climbing up all around these trees for a while here, so it's good to know about that little shortcut in case you don't do it the first time out. So this will take us to the vines, and then there's vines 1 and 2. So when we're up here, we're going to get a little text message. Swing through the treetops on the vines. Like jump on to grab a vine and then swing to the next one by selecting jump next. Vines will break if you hang on for too long. So yeah, you get this little Tarzan-y mini game here where you get to jump vines. It's okay. It's not the greatest thing in the world. It's kind of cool. It's also kind of funny that Tarzan and Donald just stay there. So yeah, you just jump on and you just hit next, or in my case, you jump off and you go backwards because that's always fun, and then you gotta reset it and wait till you hit next, and then jump off again. If you fall down, you land back in the Hippo's Lagoon, so good thing not to fall. But again, I don't know, it says if you hold on too long, you'll fall, but honestly, I've swung a couple of times between vines, and it tends to never really happen, so you got me. I guess you really have to hold on to it. I bet you 20 bucks I fall off right now. Yep, I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it. I said it was gonna happen. Ugh. So yeah, there's the vines. Actually, you know, good thing I fell because I want to show it off now rather than later. So again, you fell off the vines. So if vine swinging is not your thing, or if you don't want to be bothered with that, and trust me, you don't want to be bothered with that, you can come over here, like I said, jump. I'll make this jump and climb up. Everyone look away. Avert your eyes from Sora's climbing animations, and boom. So if we'd gone through the vines, we would have gone through another section of vines, and we would have eventually landed here once we got to vines 2. This cutscene would have taken over, but you can skip all that and go right to it here.
Kerchak, please listen to me. I know the nesting grounds are secret, but I trust them. You see, I want to help them because, well, they need us.
Oh, did you get that?
No.
Kerchak! Kerchak.
He seems sort of distracted by something. Was he looking towards the treehouse? So a cool thing about this that isn't really explained fully, that's just sort of contextually hinted at, Tarzan just spoke that all in English, and then Goofy was like, "Did you get that?" And Donald's like, "No." And that's because Tarzan is speaking gorilla. He's communicating with the grunt noises that he did earlier, and in a sort of weird twist, we don't actually hear any of the gorillas speak English in this game. They don't actually speak at all because Sora wouldn't understand them. And while they could have just had them communicate to Tarzan, they didn't do that either. So it's kind of weird that they didn't get to do it. I mean, granted, you just saved yourself a bunch of voice actors for voicing all the gorillas. Kind of weird, but I guess from a story perspective, I kind of understand where they're coming from. I mean, technically only Tarzan would understand them.
What's the big idea?
Wait, Kerchak, please.
You don't understand. I was only trying to. A snake slithered by. You see, I saved that poor gorilla's life.
Jeez, Clayton, that was really, really, really stupid. Can't say I didn't see that coming, though. So now, if we want to get back to the camping grounds, there is a way to do that. We could go back down the trees over here, go back to the slider, and then land at the tent. There's also another way we can go on this side, which will lead us further where Sabor ran off like a couple of seconds ago. I'm going to do the jungle slider just because we don't really need to go that way just yet. I also don't want to spoil those areas right now. So we're going to take the way we went earlier. We're going to jump off the trees, land inside of the tree trunk, and slide down the jungle slider. So yeah, like I said, we don't actually hear the gorillas speak. So as you just saw, they just walked off. They didn't say anything. I don't know how I feel about that. I wish they'd had gotten voice actors and put them in there, but in the long run, I guess it didn't really matter. Technically, you can kind of just imply what's going on. You know that they're not very happy with Tarzan bringing humans into their midst. So I mean, didn't really need to, I guess, have them talk. But that's weird. I just don't know why they didn't do it. Like, Disney movies, animals talk, and it feels weird that they would go out of the way to just not have them do that. And we're gonna land. I think we might get Sabor. So we're gonna head back into the tent. Up there's Sabor. I'm not gonna fight him. I'm just gonna run into the tent because I'm tired of fighting him.
How could you do such a thing?
Now, Miss Porter, as I told you, I was not aiming at the gorilla.
You are not to go near the gorillas again.
Oh, because of one mishap. Come now. Huh? What am I doing with these imbeciles? Blasted gorillas! I'll hunt down every last one of them! I'll track them down somehow. I'll stake my life on it. Hmm? Hmm?
And I think that's a good place to end this episode off. We'll find out what exactly Clayton shot out there and what the heck's going on. Also, kind of weird we haven't encountered any Heartless in this world. Isn't that a little weird? So, like I said, this episode was going to be a lot longer. We're over 15 minutes by a long shot. So, again, we're going to end it here, and we'll pick it up next time. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you on the next part.